Hello, this is our final presentation for systems thinking and learning organization. Our group members are Shyam Shankar, Michelle Chow, Maud Lachin, and Jose, myself. We are introducing our conceptual model of a casual causal loop diagram for a clean technology startup based on the simulation. We ran 3 sets of complete simulations to compare a strategy and selected one out of the 3 for this case study purpose. The problem definition. Given our core variable as quarterly net income, our team decided that success means maximizing 4 specific variables. As you can see in the slide, customer satisfaction, profits, revenue, and market share. We feel that these are the variables that specifically affect the quarterly net income. The behavior overtime graph has millions of USD as the units, and the simulation was run per quarter and for a total of 15 years. It shows a gradual increase but is affected by other market dynamics, which we will try to explain subsequently in this presentation. Our key variables. As a group, we came up with a list of 10 key variables which affect our core variable, quarterly net income. They are energy savings, cash flow, unit sales, number of competitors, profit margins, desired hires, product cost, payback period, product price, and customer service quality. Out of these 10, the 6 variables in bold are the ones chosen to be explained with the behavior overtime graph. The behavior overtime graph. In this one, we selected, like mentioned earlier, 6 key variables, which we will explain independently in each graph. Starting with the energy cost graph. You can see there is an increase with time that establishes in the future thanks to the technology maturity. This one is, we consider, an external factor. The cash flow. As you can see, the cash starts with an initial investment, which later increases with funding from investors and the IPO. And you can notice that there's a slight downward going there. This is because competition kicks in, given that the market share becomes a little bit more profitable. But later on, this temporary dip is solved and we have an increased continued growth. The accumulated sales per unit. This one, you can see it's simple. It grows with time. The market share graph. Initially, the price was kept low to attract customers. This helped us increase our market share. Because of the increase in market share, there were more competitors in the market trying to take over our market share. Our strategy was to fight these competitors with a better pricing. That it results in a good solution. The cumulative profit, it follows the trend of the cash flow, almost the same as the cash flow. Desired hires. The number of sales were increased to capture the market. As the competitors came in, product improvement was necessary to keep up. So more engineers were hired, and by the end, both numbers were stabilized towards the end. Our causal loop diagram. This is the causal loop diagram that our team came up with. The core variable, which is the quarterly net income, is in the center. We used all of the 10 key variables identified together with some more external factors like investors, technology maturity, and some internal factors like salary, employee, customer satisfaction, which allowed us to identify 6 loops. We will go through each individual loop later. First loop, product market fit loop. The higher efficiency in energy savings, the payback period for customer is getting shorter, thus increases customer satisfaction. With the increase of customer satisfaction, the product attracts more customers to purchase it, and thus the company can achieve higher quarterly net income. The company then can reinvest in R&D by hiring more engineers and working on developing more innovative methods to improve energy savings. The second loop, the employee cost benefit loop. Higher costs reduces cash flow, thus reduces quarterly net income. However, with addition of funding from investors, this will increase the cash flow. Third loop, market behavior. As the unit sales increases, it increases the total market size, which in turn attracts more competitors into the market. The number of competitors will negatively affect our unit sales. Fourth, engineer productivity loop. As the number of engineers we hire increases, our product cost decreases, which contributes to our profit margin. This increase in income can be used for paying our engineers better, thus completing a reinforcing loop. The sales productivity loop. As we increase our hiring for the salespeople, it will in turn increase our sales volume, contributing to our cash flow. This increase in cash flow can again be used for hiring more sales employees, completing again a reinforcing loop. And finally, the sixth loop, the employee desirability. The higher the working hours, the less employee satisfaction, which increases the attrition, thus reduces the number of employees. The intervention to increase employee satisfaction is by increasing their salary.
The leverage points. The different stages of the firm's life cycle are survival, growth, and stabilization. In the survival stage, the cash flow is the most critical part. There is no sales revenue at this stage, and the company goes bankrupt the moment the cash flow goes to zero. The major effects on cash flow are the salary overhead cost, and the external input is investor money. The single most effective strategy at this stage is to get as much funding as possible, and also to maximize the returns in the salary overhead. The growth stage. At this phase, the product has achieved traction in the market, and the company's cash flow is sustained by the sales volume. At the same time, the cost and profit margin is very important. The number of competitors also increases as the market size increases. Having a cost advantage is very crucial at this stage. The stabilization stage. At this stage, the company has successfully sold many products and have the ability to determine the price. The most important part is the energy savings to the customer. After all, the customer is a king. Having engineers continuously work on improving the technology will give us enough leverage to play with the profit margin as long as the technology maturity sets in. This could well be a cause for collapse, as all the products in the markets are similar and every player in the market competes over price. Unless the firm diversifies into new products or services, or even go into new markets, there might be stagnation or collapse.